Hi, my name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so happy you're here to learn with me today. We have been talking about the 4 seasons. Do you remember the names of all 4 seasons? Let's go over them together. We have fall. After fall comes winter. After winter comes spring. And then spring turns into summer. Do you know what season comes after summer? That's right, it goes back up to fall. Fall is in our months of September, October, and November. Winter is December, January, and February. Spring is March, April, and May. And summer is in June, July, and August. Today, we're going to be talking about spring. In all 4 seasons, we do different activities, we wear different clothes. So what are some of those things that we do in springtime? In spring, we have the months of March, April, and the month of May. What are some things that you think of when you think of spring? You might see that I'm wearing my raincoat, so maybe you think of spring being really rainy. When winter is turning into spring and spring is turning into summer, that means our cold air is going away and our warm air is coming. Sometimes that can cause thunderstorms or for it to be really rainy outside. It's good to always keep a raincoat or an umbrella with you in springtime, just in case. In the spring, since we get so much rain, that means other things come in the spring as well. What are some other things that you think of when you think of spring? You might also think of flowers blooming. Spring can be really bright and colorful and happy. Because of all that rain we're getting also means that all of our flowers and our plants are turning back into their colors. Winter is so cold that sometimes we don't have flowers or our trees don't have any leaves. But in spring, because of all the rain we're getting and the warm air coming in, our flowers start to bloom, our trees start to get their leaves back, and new life is born. We think of in spring as new life. We might have new baby bunnies that you see or baby birds. You also start to see bees and different bugs coming back out after the winter time. When I think of spring, I think of the ways people decorate in spring. They might use lots of bright colors. They might use lots of flowers. Some people might even use little baby bunnies or baby birds to decorate their homes. A holiday that some people celebrate in spring is Easter. So some people might decorate their house with colorful eggs to represent Easter. What are some other holidays or things that we celebrate during spring? Can you think of any? Other than Easter, we also have a holiday called St. Patrick's Day. People might wear green on St. Patrick's Day to celebrate. We also have spring break during spring. That's a time when kids get off school to be able to have time at home or maybe go on a fun trip. Other holidays or things that we celebrate in spring, we also have Earth Day in spring. That's a day we can celebrate our earth and talk about the ways we can keep it clean. We celebrate Earth Day in spring because of all the new things being born and planted during this season. Spring is also a really important time for farmers. That's when they plant seeds and start taking care of their crops that they haven't been during wintertime when it's snowy on the ground. When you think of spring, are there any other things that you think of that we haven't talked about? Nice job. Can you ask an adult at your home for a piece of paper and maybe some crayons to color with? I want you to think of yourself and what you would be wearing or dressed like if you were playing outside during springtime. Maybe you would draw yourself in a raincoat. Maybe you would draw an umbrella that you're holding to keep yourself dry from the rain. Maybe at your feet you want to draw some flowers to show that in the spring, new things are born. Maybe your family likes to dye Easter eggs, and so you want to draw an egg in your picture. What are some other things that you can add to your picture? Once you're finished drawing your picture, can you tell the adult why you chose to draw those things on your spring picture? Can you remind them what months we have in spring? We have March, April, and May. Can you also tell the adult in your home what comes before and after spring? Before spring comes winter, and after spring comes summer. Spring can be a really happy time as it starts to get warmer and we can spend more time outside in the sun. What are some of your favorite things to do in springtime? My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so glad I got to learn with you today more about our 4 seasons and spring.